What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Put It in the Book show. Finally, an off day for the Mets, so we can squeeze in a normal show here. We don't have to be a pregame show at all. I am Steve. I got Keith
Yep.
on
Yo,
location
yo,
at
yo,
Shea
yo,
Stadium.
yo. Is there a difference
He
between
hopped.
the put in the book show and the put in the book show? Is that a
Yes.
difference? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
Keith hopped in a DeLorean a little while ago, and he's at Shea Stadium right now, reporting live from the
1986.
streets.
1986. That's the year to be.
That's it. Rodriguez, right down there.
That would be
there.
me.
He is. He's back, baby, back from vacation.
Back from vacation.
And as we go round robin, I know we typically say no baseball, but I do want I want you to talk a little bit about the game that you went to while you were up in New York. That made us all very incredibly jealous.
Okay.
Producer
That was
Joe
not the
was.
intention.
We were
was
jealous.
not.
I wasn't jealous. I was happy for you, Rodriguez.
That's a good
No,
name. See,
I
that's
was
how you're
jealous
supposed to be.
because I wanted to be there with you to share a drink.
I will say
Because you're an
this.
envious C.
I did miss. I would have loved to have you guys there with me to watch this game. It would have been ultimate. It would have been fun, even with producer Joe. We would have had to let him out, but even with it would have been a lot of fun. That would have been great.
Well, we
However,
had to
it
let him
didn't
out
happen.
anyway, right? He's actually up in New York now. I
He's
believe.
He's up in New York. He's under witness protection program. He's been let out. We had to. It was a warrant, so it was a federal warrant, so he had to go. He'll be back
Got it.
though. He's never gonna escape, ever.
He's never gonna escape fully. No.
Nope.
Welcome in, Barbara and Mr. Gines. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Gines.
Mr. Gines.
And my mom says, Steve, don't forget my order. And her order is to make it a fun show, which we always do. She needs that that gut laugh today.
Does she?
yeah.
Well, okay, let's do
Monotone.
that. Let's make everyone laugh.
I'm going to talk like this through the whole show.
Keith,
Here you go.
Keith,
You just
Uh,
had to ask him to do something. He'll do the opposite. You know how this
Sorry.
works, right?
he
Bar,
is.
bro.
He's a jerk that way. But Mr. Gines, he was
I am
looking for you
not.
last week. He missed you at last week's show.
Oh, Mr.
So
Gines,
that's why I'm
thank
saying
you.
Rod's
Appreciate it.
back in
Thank
full
you.
effect. All right, so let's do the round robin as we normally do, but start with Rodriguez. We're going to go counterclockwise here because I'm very interested to hear how the stadium experience was. We already know how a DeGrom experience is, but talk to us about that kind of stuff. How was it being back in the ballpark?
I was very lucky to get back into that ballpark, man. Especially for the Grom game. It was just fun. There were no limitations. Honestly, I was nervous because I am a scaredy cat. I did not want to be too close to people and stuff like that, but I did have a great time. The stadium was full. The people were alive. Every time this guy was pitching, a strikeout was like the roar was deafening, man. It was
Like standing the first inning.
fantastic. Listen, I took a couple of videos, and there was like 3 guys in front of me. All of them had the Grom jerseys on. It was the Grom mania. And when you watch him throw, it was just BBs, man, like missiles, straight missiles, no deviation, man. That ball does not go down one bit. It's lightning, and he was throwing from the shadows, so it was a little bit of light on the mound, shadow, and then a slight bit of lightness around the back of the home plate. They were not going to hit it. They were not going to hit it, and when they were shouting MVP, it was so freaking cool, man.
Goosebumps, man. Goosebumps.
I walked the stadium again. I walked up and down, everywhere, all around. It was great. People were happy as can be. They wanted to be really happy. I wanted to be really happy, but it's COVID. You gotta like relax. Don't touch me. It's COVID. But,
Don't touch me.
Don't touch me. It's COVID. It was fantastic. I went to the game by myself because no one could make it, but I had to go to a game, and it was the DeGrom game. You had to go. I wish you guys would have been there. It would have been a blast. It would have been amazing with you guys there. It would have been ramped up to the max. Unfortunately, it wasn't. So, but I had a great time, and everyone that can go to the stadium. It's a great experience. All the food is there. Oh my God. It just, everything smells so good. Just go to the stadium, support your Mets if you can. And even when they come down here to Florida, you Floridians, go down there. Only when the Mets are in town, though. Don't go down there when the other things are, whatever. Anyway, how was your week, Keith?
Well, he looks like he's in the best of moods now. He's super.
What?
He's not serious at all
Your
right now.
time sounded so amazing. My week, it was all right. I mean,
somebody put a request in for him to act really sad, and
I stubbed my toe.
He does the opposite,
Yeah, Keith, I hope you're sad for the entire episode. I hope you are very monotone. I hope that, something falls on your toe and you're in immense pain.
It already happened.
Oh, he's
can you change your name to Eeyore?
Eeyore. Yeah. You got Eeyore over here. That kid's not gonna last.
Can you edit out that smile? Can we start over?
No.
Oh, wow.
All right. So how was your week, man? Besides,
come on, dude.
Baseball.
Talk it out. Hug it out.
It was miserable.
Here we go.
No, I had a. I mean, I don't want to get too much into personal detail, but I've had a very interesting up and down week. Nothing that can't be handled, but it's been an interesting week. Very interesting week. Life-altering, interesting week. So, yes. But nothing, nothing tragic, nothing bad. Everybody's healthy. Thank the Lord on my side.
Yeah. All right.
That sounds like a plan.
And on my end, I tried this. It's Father's Day. I got a couple of bottles because my wife knows me so well. And yesterday I tried this Japanese whiskey, and it was very smooth, very good. I'm not mentioning the name on it because they don't pay us to do that. So, as we typically do, let's go ahead and get this party started.
Keith, do you get paid?
Hey, my bank account is growing. It says PIITB.
Okay.
And how do you think producer Joe's on vacation right now?
EROKE.
He's on vacation with our money.
Say what?
See, we let the producer go.
I don't even want to tell you what my response was to when Farace told me he was having Japanese whiskey yesterday.
Yeah, not on here. All right. I would normally throw it over to Mr. Producer Joe, but he's not here. So let's go ahead and get this party started right now.
And this.
All right, so that's a nice little dance there, Mr. Keith.
I love that part of the opening.
Who's in a much better mood now?
The opening, that just makes me super excited. I love it.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. And let me pass it on over to my buddy, good friend, pal, amigo, Mr. Keith,
lifelong lover.
And I do want to make an announcement. I'm done sharing. So Keith, why don't you take away with Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters?
Oh, since you're done sharing, I'm going to speak talk right to this. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From the roaster to your front door. Try them out now. Check it out. BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. Use the code PopCulturePros. Get your third bag free.
He's going too fast.
From the roaster to your front door, guaranteed to ship within 24 hours of its roast date. But seriously, all that is true. And in addition to that, there are some amazing flavors out there. Check them out now. Where do you check them out again, Farace? www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com.
Check them out.
I haven't checked to see if they have any new flavors out there, but I know every once in a while they pop something new. I'm going to go with some of our old-time favorites, which is
Puta coffee.
Dark roast, dark chocolate, a rich chocolate, It's a rich chocolatey flavored coffee.
He's already slurring.
It is so delicious. I mean, you cannot put it down. You'll burn your mouth off and drink it boiling hot. It's so good. And
that sounds ridiculous.
The chocolate is light in there, so it's not too many calories, right, Farace? How many calories again?
Zero!
Boom! 0 calories.
Say that
Actually,
again?
all of their flavored coffees have how many calories?
Zero, zero, zero.
I didn't hear you. Say that again.
Zero.
Calories for BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From their roaster to your front door. And again, 24 hours within its roast date, they're going to ship it out to you. So you get the freshest, most delicious coffee. You're not going to get coffee at the grocery store that's shipped within 24 hours of its roast date, arriving at the grocery store and then into your coffee pot. Won't happen. Check them out now. www.brooklynwatercoffeeroasters.com. Again, use the code PopCulturePros. Get your third bag free if you buy two. While you're at it, check out Pop Culture Pros on all your favorite social media. Like, ring the bell, and all that other smash button crap. Just do it.
By the way, you heard it here first. We have eclipsed 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Ooh,
we're getting there. We're getting there.
Pop Culture Pros. No, but seriously, if you're not following Pop Culture Pros, you're questionably
Pop Culture dough.
Yeah, you really need to do it. Free movie previews, all your sports updates, top 10 lists, tons of podcasts. Just bragging on the site. Sorry.
I would never stop you from doing that. But a ton of different contests. We just gave away stuff for F9, so everybody got to see it on Tuesday instead of tomorrow. And then the Tomorrow War, which is an Amazon exclusive with Chris Pratt talking about fighting aliens.
Ooh, I like that.
So if people from 2051 travel back in time to warn everybody that the aliens are coming. And it's a really good connection to 2021 because we have a lot of UFO talk.
Salma Hayek in it?
These days.
Salma Hayek in it?
Salma Hayek can't be in every movie.
She should be.
But do you watch Dexter?
I had watched the first season.
Okay, so you don't know the person I was going to talk about. Okay. So
I've seen all the seasons more than once. What were you going to say?
Oh,
tell him. He knows.
I could just say the girl at the end. She's in it. The girl in the last couple of seasons.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's in it.
I heard she may even have a surprise appearance in season 9.
What girl?
Yes. No, you haven't seen it yet.
The trailer, and if you're a Dexter fan and you don't know they're coming out with a season 9, check out the trailer and watch closely at every scene. I'm looking forward to it.
Watch it.
I'm ready for it. I've been saying for a few years they should go back to that. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with some, what we're here for, to talk about New York Metropolitans.
Whoa.
What's the problem?
Farace. We can't start the show yet.
Why not?
Why, right? I told you this before the show. You didn't want to listen to me. I'm trying to tell you
what's going on.
I need to check that hat.
What? Hold on, I have to be his advocate. Why is it he's putting too much spin on his words?
I don't want to hear. If you say another word, you're out of this. You're out of the show.
Rodriguez, I'm the best in the world at what I do, and you think that I'm
Farace? It's league rules. NRRCAAP says that we have to just. All right, what the hell, man?
Go ahead, check it.
Just give me a chance to check it.
What else do I? You want my watch? Here's my ring is off. What
do you got? You got
I want you to stand up and pull your belt up.
I can be bought, Huh? You're not supposed to.
We got a dirty umpire.
Laris. Another word.
I'm on punishment.
Don't even say. Good. Thank you. Now, can I check that hat?
Listen, I'm trying to get in rhythm here. You interrupted my whole thing.
You want to check the hat?
All
right. It looks good. I think it's clean. It's ready to go. Here.
Why don't you keep the hat? I got a backup. Keep that hat.
You can have a nice moist.
Now, can I continue to be the best in the world at what I do?
He was giving you a little loogie to slide it on a little easier.
I mean,
Jeez.
How can you be mad at a little loogie?
These people around here always checking to see what's going on here. All right, let's get caught up in the comments now that Rodriguez is done checking for substances.
You're clean, by the way. Clean as a whistle.
Thank you. Here. Did I blind anybody when I took it out? No, it's not the glare is not hitting it right.
Jeez, Louise.
All right, so let's talk about let's get into some of these comments. Mr. Gines created a new logo for us again. I'm not sure if you guys saw the latest, but it's fantastic. Mr. Gines does great work. Head over to the Facebook page, the Facebook group, and it's there. Great stuff there. Timmy says, "What's up, boys? Have a good show."
I'm gonna look at it while we're on the air.
Timmy.
Mr. Gines thanking my mom who said that it's great. Timmy Tabala says Rodriguez invaded my turf and I got no courtesy call. I don't know what. So when I went here, this is worse. What I did, what happened to me when I was there was worse because I was there. He knew I was going to the game. He actually wound up going to the same Mets game, and he sat 5-6 rows behind home plate. He was calling me. My phone was non-functional. It was attached to a charger at where I was staying, so of no use. And he was calling me to tell me, "Hey, I'm leaving early. Come take these seats 5 rows behind home plate." Wow. And I was like, "Oh."
Well, listen, mine was actually a little bit more, I don't know, kind of dumber, I guess. I couldn't get away from my mom. She hasn't seen me for years. She was attached at the hip. The reason I got to see that game was the only breathing I was able to do by myself. Honestly, my whole trip there, my mom was right there. So I had to see my mom, hang out.
Of course. It's
so
a couple years, so.
Mea culpa, Tim Tabala. When I'm ever there again, I will promise to ring you up and say what's up. I didn't mean to be rude, but it was a mommy day. Mommy
Don't
week.
mean to be rude. All right, we got Steve. We got a lot of Stevens out there. So Steven Gines, obviously, talking to Steve. Remember we talked about the mound? Yeah, I'm going to bring that up. I want to see what Rodriguez has to say about that.
You're totally wrong, Farace. I tell you right.
No. I didn't say anything. It's Steven Gines.
Well, then we may have a shot at every.
We might have a shot. So Stephen LeBlanc.
Wow.
Says, shout out to Christine from Plantation, the most beautiful woman on earth.
Oh, Christine from Plantation.
And everybody tell Christine she needs to become a Mets fan. You do need to become a Mets fan. I don't know
Christine,
who you currently root for.
Don't be a skanky. Don't be a skanky. Only Tim Tabala can pull the skanky nonsense off.
Yeah. He's good dude. All right, so Mr. Gines was talking about raising the mound a bit. Instead, and keep me honest here, Steve. Raise the mound a bit, and that'll give the pitcher the upper hand back, as opposed to using what is it called? Snake. What is it called? Tack. What is it called, guys? No, Keith. What's the spider tack? That's what it's called. The
spider
sticky stuff.
Tack. That's right. You got it.
Tack. Yes. So I mean, what we heard. Remember because in the Atlantic League they always are testing out new rules and all this stuff. So they are toying with the idea of moving the mound back a bit. So Rodriguez, you've been pitching your whole life. What's the impact of stuff like that? Raising the mound obviously gives you an advantage because now you're driving down.
Now you're driving downhill.
Right, and then what's the deal if you want to move the mound back to? First of all, I'll never stop saying 60 feet 6 inches, but it was about a foot back, right? So 61, 61 and change. Yeah. So talk to us. So what do you think?
You're gonna see the miles per hour change. That's for sure. All these guys throwing 100 won't be throwing 100 anymore. So that's gonna change. But right. you don't have to do any of these things because the pitchers have the advantage already with these morons and their uppercut swings. All they're doing, they're either popping up or hitting a home run. If you pitch them right, all they do is ground the ball out. And most of them barely pop it, can barely get it past the outfield. I mean, past the infield. The pitchers are fine right now. Everything is fine if you just leave it as well. Leave it alone. If you're gonna take anything stuff away from the pitchers, then like I said weeks ago, and I think they said it on the Mets podcast. What's his name? The Billy Wagner actually said it. He said that take away the batting gloves, take away the pine tar from the hitters, so their bat grip. Then it's all in the grip. It's not in how they can just hold it loosely and it won't slip out. Just like the guy, just make it even.
no pine tar gloves. They'll have to put a netting over the dugouts too to save people's lives.
All they have to do is come up with a substance for everyone. If there's any other substance on that ball, you're out. Anything other than the substance that's supposed to be on it, they come up with a substance that keeps the ball a little bit stickier, so it doesn't have to be a huge thing. It doesn't.
Yeah, and if I can just throw my 2 cents in there, which will be worth a nickel at the end of the day, I definitely agree. There should be an agreed upon substance, 100%. Just like there's pine tar or batting gloves. But here's the thing: it's about evolution, right? The pitchers learn different tricks. They learn how to get batters out better. The batters need to adjust. They need to hit better. That's why if you look, there's always a fluctuation between pitching and hitting.
Tricks are different. Tricks are different. I mean, and cheating.
I'm okay. I'm okay with them looking for spider tack and then coming upon an agreement on something that the pitcher should use to level the playing ground. That all makes sense.
Right?
Suntan lotion and rosin, they said. And rosin. Yeah. So mixture. All that makes sense if they can find a substance that agrees, and they just put it in the back of the mound, and pitchers legally use it, just like batters legally use pine tar or whatever it may be.
That's it.
But my point is, pitchers will always learn to work around batting trends, and then batters will always eventually learn to work around pitchers' trends. It goes up and down. Aside from the additional things like steroids and spider tack, you can't just keep changing rules because the balance is one way or the other. That's the evolution of baseball through history.
Players have become scientists. They're mixing, because if you take spider tack by itself, the ball ain't gonna leave your hand. The spider tack is made for weightlifters that have 700 pounds above their head and they don't want to die. So they actually had to go in and mix it with pine tar to make it effective. And so, I mean...
See, Steve Guy says, take everything away from everybody. And I have feelings about that, too.
I've relied on my grip to throw the ball. Strong grip, I can throw the...
But you're not throwing 101. You know what I mean?
It's all relative, though.
70-something, 80-something can hurt. No doubt.
It's all relative depending on your skill level, Keith. That's the point. That's the point of all that. Because if my highest is 86 and their highest is 99...
I don't want to get hit by an 86. I don't want to get hit by 66.
So I would not want to hit anybody. So it's just in the grip, man. Get a better grip. Be man about it.
Stephen Gray says take everything away from everybody. I'm not sure I totally agree with that. There's tools to the trade, right? It's just it has to be something that is a level playing ground, fair, something that does give you better grip but not a better advantage.
Should be done by MLB. Period.
Right. Agreed.
MLB has to come up with a substance that's on every baseball. They do them up. You know how they rub them up before the games. They rub them up. They rub them up before the games with that substance.
As long as they don't rub them.
As long as they don't rub them down. But
off.
Or stop
what?
There's a baby crying when you said that. You hear the baby crying when you say things like that, Keith?
Because the baby was spilled.
Here we go. Let's just keep it going. Let's keep
you started this
because he's gonna be weird again.
Oh boy! All right, off the rails here. All right.
What were we talking about? Baseball, I think. I think it was baseball.
Let's get back to the actual on the field stuff here. And before we get into it, last week hasn't been exactly what we wanted it to be, 100%. But the good news is that with all the complaints and everything. Right. With all the, I mean, if you go look at the post on other Facebook groups,
my first base Nancy.
You would think that the Mets are 12 games out of first place, everybody's hitting 150, and the world is crumbling, and we got to trade everybody.
That's a Met fan.
However, when you look at the facts, Mets are in first place still, despite all the problems and all the issues, and now you got Lucchesi, who is actually in the hospital right now, getting ready for his Tommy John surgery.
How do you know? You called him?
I did. He texted me. Hey, we get sources around here. I told you I'm the best in the business, and you got me checking my hat.
Oh, I had to check your hat, dude. It's the law.
By the way, was it really necessary for the umpire to check the rookie's hat yesterday, coming off the mound to a standing ovation? I mean, come on, Killjoy.
That was a douche move. That was a super
Very
douche
douchey
move
move.
because he could have let the kid have his moment. You think that kid's gonna come in with any type of cheating substance? He was trying to act so tough. Did you see him like all serious, all tough?
Yeah.
Let's keep going. He was scared, man. Because I know I would be for sure. He was
Of
scared
course.
shitless. He comes
Yeah,
off the mountain to that
New
ovation
York.
and he checks him.
I'm drinking Sprite Attack.
Farace.
Listen,
Yeah, I'm
Farace.
secreting it out of my pores.
Don't secrete nothing on the show while you're on.
Sorry.
While we're live, no
It
secretions.
had to be said. It had to be said.
VR's been out a few days with a calf situation. Familia's out with a hip situation. Gsellman's out. He's out about 2 months. Oh, you don't like? Oh, that's for Gsellman. Clap.
Whoever you want to clap it for.
Well, it can't be Familia's been pitching well this year. Wouldn't want one of those guys to go down.
I never trusted him.
Familia and Strowman are down with the hip hop, hibbity hop.
Okay.
No.
Hibbity hop, and you don't stop.
And then an interesting name who is rising through the ranks of the minor leagues.
Boom, 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 boom.
You know what I'm going to say?
What?
Dylan Betances. So
Why?
Dylan Betances is heading to AAA,
and it's 89-mile-an-hour fastball.
and not only that. I mean, he's got. If you take his rehab start in Port St. Lucie, he's got an ERA of 45. One inning, gave up 5 runs to single A ball.
How fast was he throwing?
You know what else?
You know what else
in recent history is 45?
When he produced Joe to check. Corny, Statman. Check how fast Betances was throwing for us.
That's what I need to know, honestly.
Yeah.
Because his biggest issue was he didn't know how to adjust to not having the same velocity. And if he's coming back with that same issue, yeah, he may look great against AA and AAA batters, but it's not going to work in the majors.
He can't come back not throwing 95 again.
No.
He's going to get smoked.
Basically.
Which is why he got smoked already. Big goof.
Unless he learned some kind of adjustment to, pitch to his ability now, but it doesn't
What a surprise that he knows one of our friends, huh? Huh, Farace?
Oh, my God, yes.
One of our friends was this guy's catcher. Betances, if you're hearing us now, Eddie G, you know what I'm talking about. I love you, kid, but you better make your boy be a better man.
Eddie, same Eddie.
Up to 98. 98
same Eddie
Betances.
from
Eddie from work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Eddie's a player, man. Eddie's a stud. I always gave him props.
So Anthony DiComo is saying that the Mets officials are going to be watching closely to see if Betances' fastball velocity, which hovered around 90 during spring training in early April, can boost back up into the mid-90s. Rojas said that Betances was throwing during a live batting practice session 93, 94.
Not good enough.
So I mean, this is a guy who used to be 97, 98, and hard stuff.
Hard 97, 98. What was his other pitch? He had 2 pitches, I think. Was it a slider? I forget what it was with him. A slider, right?
I think he had a slider. Yep.
Yeah, 94-mile-an-hour fastball.
It was, I think, a 2-seam and a slider were his big things, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ! He's going to get
smoked. Wasn't it the 2-seam?
I don't know.
Since joining the Mets, he's got a 7.71 ERA.
Well, 7's a lucky number, and he got it twice.
Thanks for stealing our money.
7.71.
I bet you Eddie's getting a cut of that too.
He's drinking it up with Mr. What's his face in Oakland.
Eddie G.
Oh boy,
Jed's dead.
And yeah, Jed's doing his thing out there. Not to the tune as he was earlier. Mr. Gine says he's already cooked. I think so. I think I mentioned on the show that I wouldn't be surprised during spring training if they released him. And then on the Mets podcast that Keith Hernandez is sometimes on, what's it called, Che Anything or something like that. On Monday, they spoke about how the Mets actually sat down and met during spring training to consider releasing him. And so, I mean, Cohen doesn't care. This guy's making $6.8 million. He will have no qualms about cutting this guy. And it's not about the money anymore.
I guess if he's hurt, you got to pay him anyway. You might as well just see what he can do. And if he doesn't do what you want him to do,
be gone. Rodriguez is a big fan of Dylan Betances. I can tell you that much. Did he freeze like that? I thought he was just pretending to be.
He looks like Eeyore. Look, that's funny.
Let me remove him because that
is a bad look.
not an attractive
He's a
frozen moment there.
He
All
looked
right,
like my tone of voice in the beginning of the show.
for real. So, getting back to some of this pitching stuff, it was discussed and asked of Zack Scott, the GM, if the Mets are thinking about making a move, bringing another pitcher in. Obviously, with these guys going down, Lucchesi goes down at a really inopportune time for him. He had been pitching better. Peterson has been pitching better. I'm not going to say he turned the corner yet, but I feel like he found something, Keith, in that slider. And I saw the stats on it the other day. Last year, guys were hitting like 170 against the slider, and this year early on, 340. But in his last two starts, I feel like I said he's found something in that slider. Gone to watch those old videos, and guys are starting to struggle again against that slider, and that was key for him. So you take Peterson into consideration. Who knows with Carrasco? Who knows with Thor? So do you want the Mets to go out and add a pitcher? Somebody like I mentioned a couple weeks ago, Michael Pineda. I think he's hurt now, though. We still got about a month before the trade deadline. But Keith, would you like to see them add a starter? And if they are going to add a starter, should they go after somebody with a few years of control? That's a like a number 3 type of guy, just in case you can't sign Stroman. Or do you sign somebody for what they would be this year, and that's a 4 or 5 starter?
Now, my answer is going to shock you because I always go long term and short term. I'm going short term. We need a pitcher right now. If it's Pineda, Pineda's not a bad pitcher, but
No,
he's a 4 or 5.
He's actually had a good season.
Yeah, but I'm thinking we go more 4 or 5. Somebody who can plug holes, and because what's Yamamoto? He's still hurt,
Right.
isn't he?
He's hurt.
And he didn't do that great coming up. Lucchesi started doing good, and then obviously he's done. Then you got Peterson, like you said, who is finding himself. He's a great number 5, but yes, I would definitely love them to see the Mets go out there and get a good number 4 or possibly number 3. And if I'm gonna, Steve just said it, Steve G. If I'm gonna go big, and it probably won't happen because same division, but I would love to see Scherzer come in. Imagine DeGrom, Scherzer, Walker, Stroman, Peterson as your 5 starters.
Hello.
But yeah, I'm not sure that's going to happen. But yes, long story short,
it's an interesting name that has been brought up more than I thought it was going to be brought up. But the Nationals have been on the uptick here, so they might have some delusional thoughts about catching us.
You know what? Screw them with their 9-1 bullcrap. You know what? Fall back in place and suck where you belong.
I don't want Scherzer. I don't want to trade my.
Can I just do an early Fwakata? I want to do an early Fwakata. Now that we're talking about the Nationals, I'm spoiling things. I'm a little pissed off at their 9-1 in their last 10. You know what? You guys really suck. Stop acting like you're good. You're on a lucky streak. You're going to fall back to the bottom, baby, and you're going to swim with the Marlins. Fwakata, Nationals.
Read between the lines.
And you know what? Also, double Fwakata. Phillies this weekend. Fwakata.
Yes.
Brr.
Enjoy your
take them out.
Low life.
Keith got cold at the end there. He said burr.
I said,
all right. So
tiger.
I guess
He's
it all
scary.
So like for Scherzer, if you don't have to, I think Rodriguez, what you were saying is that you don't want to give up too much for Scherzer, obviously, especially going to a rival. But if it's middle of the road guys that the Nationals are wanting back because of Scherzer's age and not being able to resign, at least they'll get something for him. Would you take a flyer on him?
Villar and Alcantara?
No. I don't think they would want.
it would take minor league prospects.
Yeah, it would be minor league stuff. I don't think if they run out of, if they do tail off, which they will, and they start having to make that decision before the trade deadline of either letting people walk or making trades like what we did a few years back, where we were trading guys off and getting the prospects and whatnot. Do you go after a Scherzer and provide a boost through the end of this year?
I I would not. I definitely would not trade any high level prospects for him. He he can be a difference maker though, because he's a bulldog, man.
He can get us a ring.
He's a beast. He's in beast mode. Every game he's in beast mode. He doesn't care. He's competitive, and we would still have what, like 8 games against the Nationals coming up. So I would start him every chance I could get against the Nationals, because he would be.
After you look, he gave Girardi.
He would be losing.
Oh my God!
Mind.
Did you see that they were? I don't know if they were joking around, but Scherzer was talking about that they wanted to check Bryce Harper's hair or something like that.
I think they were just mocking Girardi by doing that. Harper was laughing.
Girardi
said
his ex-batting coach. It wasn't Max Scherzer that he wanted to fight.
No,
yeah,
correct.
and the coach was he was like, oh, tough guy. He was like, you could read his lips.
Mm-hmm.
It was just such a weird scenario because
it was
Girardi behavior for a manager.
Girardi said, I will not go out of my way to have another pitcher checked, and the first chance he gets, he does it. So that's I mean,
and then the umps listen to him. The umps listed as douchebag Girardi and go out and check Scherzer. One of the greatest in the game. You already checked him twice.
They have to,
but not because Girardi's barking. It's at the umpire's discretion, not Girardi. It's not Girardi.
It'll become a thing. It'll become a thing
because Girardi was barking, and
little Chihuahua bark.
It caused all that. But I have to say, I've always hated Scherzer because we compete against him, and he is an amazing competitor. But I love how he reacted that whole entire game. I got to give him a lot of props. He complied. But when Girardi was barking, he just gave him the evil eye the whole time.
How good would it look though if it was DeGrom, Scherzer, Stroman,
Jesus,
Yaiwan, Carrasco,
and Peterson, who's found his slider now? That's what we were talking about when you were gone. We were talking about how
technical
Peterson has found his slider. Hopefully, it's a long term thing, but at least for the last 2 starts, the slider's back.
And his control.
Year, yes. His pinpoint accuracy it has been seen in the last two games. Terzio's here, and he says, the umpires would never check my ex-wife for illegal substance. Oh boy!
Yes, ex-wife joke.
Good.
You think it's boring, but Terzio makes them great.
I love the Terzio ex-wife joke.
It's great. It really
is.
Right. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate
All right, let's get into some other things here. We did want to talk about some of the lineup stuff. So
they wouldn't check my ex-wife.
Oh.
Good Lord!
No. The umpires check my ex-wife for sticky stuff.
Oh, jeez.
Maybe from multiple sources. I don't know. All right, so lineup considerations as we move forward.
You called me bad, Rodriguez. Criticize him. Criticize him. Come on.
Criticize who?
I already got checked. My hat got checked already for illegal substances.
Come on, that was such a good one. What happened? Sticky stuff.
What happened to my spill the baby joke?
All right, that was rough.
True.
That was
That's
rough.
True. No, he is a pervert though.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right, lineup considerations. Rodriguez. Moving forward, with guys starting to come back, even Nimmo is scheduled to potentially, maybe, perhaps one day come back in a Mets jersey.
Wow. He's a walking Band-Aid.
Oh, he's still a Met?
He's still a Metropolitan. And
we should trade him while we can.
To come back.
As soon as he steps on the field, I'm going to trade him for a bag of bats.
Would you stop? Bats that work, maybe, I hope, All right.
Get more use out of the bats than him.
Stock the... I want you to stock my vending machine.
Moneyball, baby.
Moneyball. All right, so cool. As we talk about lineup considerations, and VR is out, Guillorme's back in there. You got McNeil is back, you got Conforto back. It's starting to come together. Now, going forward, the decision has to be made when guys and JD Davis is not close, but eventually you're gonna have to make that decision: offense or defense. And I think it's going to kind of go, what do we need right now? So if your offense slides for a few days, best believe in a scenario when JD Davis is healthy, probably be in the lineup for the next couple of days because your offense needs to get started. But the defense has been pretty damn good lately, Rodriguez. So you put yourself in as Rojas, and you have a completely healthy team. What are you doing with the lineup?
Yeah, are you talking JD Davis is back?
Yeah, everybody's completely healthy, right? Let's say
completely healthy.
A miracle happened. Everybody's back in a Mets major league jersey tonight,
and they're all hitting well.
Black
no,
jersey.
well, let's say
they're hitting to their norms.
If I'm using my lineup, I want the hottest guy behind Francisco Lindor, because what I've noticed with Lindor is that he.
You are hot, Farace.
Oh, okay. See, here we go. Here we go with this.
I shaved today,
Good God,
it's not that bad.
We're trying to do a show.
I gotta get close,
Yeah, people are gonna get sunburned. Go to a pharmacy and get sunblock 50 if you do that again. I'm just saying, I would make sure I get the hottest hitter behind Lindor, so he could see some fastballs, because his bat's slow, man. He's not catching up to them, and when he catches up to a fastball, he hits a rocket right out to right field, and he knows it. I mean, the kid's got a beautiful swing from the lefty. As a lefty hitter myself, his swing is beautiful, man. When he's on this. You've seen when he's on what he does to another team. He goes 3 for 4, 2 for 3, drives in three runs. I mean, the shine just hit me in the eye. Oh, Terzio, tell your ex-wife, come shine on 409. Remember that? But so I'll take McNeil. I'll start McNeil. I'll come back with Lindor, and I'm either gonna put Polar Bear or Conforto there, because I don't care so much about the righty-lefty thing. The hottest hitter is going to go behind Lindor, which let's say it's Conforto, and then you got Polar Bear, and then you got Smith. You're going to have me. For me, I would keep Gsellman in right now. If JD Davis is not there, he said JD Davis is back. So Davis starts at third. But Davis only plays until the 6th inning. So he's got to get his 2 or 3 at-bats, get a couple of hits, and he's got to get out. I bring Gsellman in right away to finish the game for me. Because the kid is almost batting 300, right? Isn't he batting like 300-something? So, 275, 270, 280, whatever it is.
Are you talking Gsellman?
Gsellman. So he's putting up some decent offense. Slap hitter at least. But, and then who else am I missing in the outfield?
Villar, I think you said that. Dom.
No, we're missing. Well, Dom's going to be playing in the outfield.
Villar
and then
the other kid who slammed his shoulder on the wall.
I put Nemo in for the first 6 innings again, and I would take him out for defense at the end. I put in that Spanish kid Alcantara, the guy from the Cubs that we just got. I would put him in to finish the game, just like pretty much basically what Rojas was doing. Them all being healthy at the end of the game, you go for defense. You try to win the game that way, because you still always have good offensive players.
What's up with the more hop every time he catches the ball? But anyway,
as long as
he catches it, I don't care. Yeah.
Pete needs to stop chasing pitches. Absolutely,
Frank. I just said this.
That was my fear
yesterday,
or even today. I brought it up as a topic. Stop chasing that outside off-speed pitch. He was so good at that in his rookie year.
It doesn't. What we see on TV, look, that's not even close to what it looks like to these guys. We're seeing it in slow motion. To be honest, what we see it's slow motion, because when they're there and that ball is coming in, it looks nothing like what we see. We can actually see the curve. They can't see that curve.
Most TVs can't even keep up with the actual rate of the spin and the pitch.
Whatever happened to the catcher cam?
People should realize that.
Do you remember the catcher cam? It gave a real good representation.
Gave a much better representation. Absolutely.
Of what the hitter is seeing.
I wish they used that.
Because I talked to even my wife when she's watching the game. She's like, "Oh, why is he swinging that way?" And I have to tell her, the pitch is coming, and then it just drops off the table. So you're looking funny, and so it looks like, oh my God, what are you swinging at?
The best hitters in baseball, your Tony Gwynns, your Wade Boggs, they picked up the pitch out of the pitcher's hands and recognized the spin and then adjusted their hitting approach to that spin. Do you know how difficult that is? There's 1 in a million people that can do that. Most people can't do that.
That combined with knowledge and understanding what pitch they're going to throw you and what counts and how they're trying to get you out.
Yep, absolutely.
That stuff and studying game films and tendencies of pitchers, that stuff turns you into a guy who hits it 3 out of 10 times. You imagine you fail 7 times.
If you remember,
you fail 7 times and you're a Hall of Famer.
Alonso's rookie year, he didn't chase that pitch as much. Last year was a shortened season, so this is kind of his sophomore year where he is adjusting.
And he started that last year, though, Keith.
To him.
He needs to straighten himself up and be a power hitter.
We'll see what happens after the
All-Star break. This guy that bends his knees and chases. He doesn't have to hit the ball to the opposite field. Sit on your pitch, stay there, and dare them to pitch it anywhere around.
He can hit it out anywhere in the box. Nobody can hit it out in the dirt outside the box.
Patience is something that the hitters these days, they just don't have. And Keith, to your point, what you were saying earlier about, it's cyclical. So the cycle usually goes that the pitchers are pitching the hitters a certain way. The hitters have to make that adjustment, and then they start smoking the ball. And then the pitchers have to say, all right, this shit ain't working no more. I got to change it up, which is happening now, where you see first pitch curveballs, 2-0 curveballs, 2-0 sliders, which never happened in the past. It was 2-0, you were getting a fastball.
But Pete Alonso not having a strike zone and not understanding his own strike zone is not going to be a thing of the times. It's going to be a forever thing because he's got to figure that out. He can't give the pitcher a bigger strike zone by chasing balls, sliders, and bending his knees so far that he looks like one of those little crazy midgets. Little people. Trying to hit the ball.
Yeah, if he's going to swing at that every time, they're going to throw it to you every time when it's 2 strikes. But the thing is, to me, I think
make them respect your zone.
I think Pete's a really smart baseball player, and I think that's why they call it the sophomore blues or the sophomore slumps or whatever you call it. Because your first year, if you're a good hitter, you come out like a fired out of a cannon. Then your second year, pitchers in the whole offseason watched all your mechanics and what you go for and don't go for.
That second year shit is over, though. It's done.
Well, yes and no, because last year was only a 60-game season. So technically, he is just close to just finishing his second year, if you think about it. So we'll see what he does after that.
Oh, guys, hold on. Terzio, don't do that to the poor guy. You better hope he's not another Ike Davis.
No, he's not. Not even close.
Don't you dare, Terzio.
That's Terzio, I love you, but that's a typical Met fan pessimist nonsense. Stop it.
Now I know where your wife left you.
The kid is a good baseball player.
Oh. That was cruel. I heard you.
Right.
What did you
say? I said that now I know why his wife left him.
Oh, jeez, that is terrible. Yeah, I understand that thought process, Frank, because doom and gloom Met fan, but he is a good baseball player. Look at the difference between him and Ike. It's night and day. He's going to be okay. He's young. He needs to wake up. Listen to his coaches.
He'll adjust. Yeah, he has the genes to adjust. He has the DNA. He's ready to do it. But
if you look at
you
look at his rookie year, he hit pitches all over the plate, but in the strike zone. Now he's diving.
And there's been glimpses. There's been glimpses of that where he hits the ball to right field. But here's something interesting. 2020 and 2021, as of right now, through the same amount of time, I guess. 239 plate appearances in both seasons, 208 at bats in both seasons, which means he has the same 24 walks as he did at the same point last season. And last season, through the same number of at bats, he had 16 home runs. This year, he has 11. Same number of RBIs, 35 and 35. He has 8 less strikeouts this year. He's added 19 points to his batting average this year. Slugging is down. OPS is down. On base is up slightly.
He'll be okay. He'll balance out at a mid-30s, possibly 40s average home run hitter, 250 to 270, 80 to 100 RBIs. He'll balance out at that, and if he can do that, the kid is an all-star, rock star, and not much you can ask for beyond that.
Terzio's bringing up the home run
more
for the
discipline in the strike zone. That's what I want.
Rodriguez, if he does that, then we'll be good. And those 9 walks, I think you said 9 walks, right, Farace? If he would not swing at that crap on the outside, he'd probably have 19 walks.
No. He's got the same number of walks, so 24. 24
walks. Whatever it is. He'd have more if he didn't swing at that crap. And then the pitchers would be forced to throw it in, so on and so forth.
He's a fantastic ball player. It's just things that he has to fine tune, in my opinion.
You have to be patient with the kid. It's really his second full season. And if you think about it, he's going into his third after the All-Star break. It takes experience, and experience takes time, and time means at bats. And last year was shortened, and all the other stuff that goes with that. So he'll be fine.
Things take
maybe
time.
The home run contest will get us home run.
I'm not too thrilled about that, but he's a thrill seeker.
He loves it.
He loves it. If he was 150 pounds lighter, he'd be jumping out of airplanes and off cliffs. This is his thrill.
The home run derby is going to be pretty cool this year with some of the guys that they got in there, Ohtani and.
Ohtani's a huge dude, man. Have you seen that guy?
The shirtless pics, the sleeve cutoff pics. Yeah, he's a big boy.
I think it's tonight's game, or it might have been last night's game. It was the first time in history that the American League team did not use a DH, but the National League team did. It was playing in Los Angeles, and so Ohtani was the pitcher, and he was in there as the DH also. So he was hitting and he was pitching, and that's never been done before, where the National League team uses DH and the American League does not.
He's on my fantasy team, and I almost never take him off pitching because more often he will score more points hitting than he will pitching.
Yeah, it's true.
I just leave
19 home runs, right?
Yeah. I just leave him DH.
And he just drives and runs left and right also.
He's a beast. Yeah, just don't get hurt, Ohtani. I need your points.
Let's take a look at some good stuff and a little bit of chasing history here for DeGrom. ERA
Very
history.
nice.
So here it is. You get DeGrom through 12 starts. He's got a 0.50 ERA, which doesn't make sense to me.
Now I really believe how he can do that. Watching him the other day, I believe it 100%.
So, and in your videos that you sent, it's so and it's just like watching on TV, but you get a better sense of and especially the angle that you had. Mm-hmm. It's so easy for him.
It's so easy. It's not even hard, man. He's so smooth, and it just explodes. It's on a line.
His final ERA is the big DeGrom. Is that what that means?
Yes, the big DeGrom. So, you got Dwight Gooden here at 1.72.
Look at that ERA.
Wow. Which is, all these things. I wonder if they shouldn't they put DeGrom on here also from his first Cy Young Award year. They should put him on there also because the 1.71 was right in the vicinity of these guys. So he's also chasing his own history. It's just been, it's an incredible thing to watch. I really don't want to see him throw the ball, swing the bat anymore, though.
Quick observation: you look at the three competitors on the bottom of that list.
Sorry.
They all have faces like they're really into it, and DeGrom's just smiling his way through like it ain't a big deal
because it's so easy.
Yeah,
love him.
Too easy. All right, and then let's and then he just cranks it up to 102. Here's our boy Mr. Lucchesi. Churve it up. Huh?
Churve it up. Is that it? Wait, which one is it? One. Oh, it's the first one. Okay, churve it up.
Yeah. Churve
it up.
So get well soon, Mr. Lucchesi. It's a shame.
You'll throw harder. You're going to come back throwing 95, Lucchesi.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Conforto said that, he thinks he's faster now after he's had, he went through the hamstring thing.
So did Conforto look to me like and that is definitely what he said, Roger, because I heard that. That's Keith and Ron actually said, or Gary, one of them said it last night. But didn't he not look in amazing shape, Conforto? He looks like
delicious.
Wow,
no.
he looks solid. Like he's in shape, and he is just ready to have his 2020 form.
30 home runs, Conforto. 30.
He's looking really good. I'm excited about having him in the squirrel back. But anyway, Farace.
Dude, it makes our offense fantastic. Crazy good if those guys are hitting.
By the way, so they were talking about Carrasco on the Monday show that they were doing, and they talked about he had a tear, and it shouldn't have been like he was going to be coming back beforehand, but they brought up a very good point. And I was thinking about it when, like those mind reading moments. I was thinking about it when they were talking about it, and then they transitioned to what I was thinking about, and it's, you remember Mr. Cano also tore his hamstring, and he was back in like 3 weeks, no problem. There's the effect of steroids. There's the effect of steroids.
Hamstring.
Yeah, he was back in 3 weeks. Remember, we were like,
are you saying
he's gonna be gone.
Conforto's on steroids?
No, Cano.
I know.
That's why I took Conforto's 6 weeks or whatever.
Well, no, I'm actually comparing Carrasco, who tore his hamstring, to Cano, who tore his hamstring. Carrasco's had to get a shot, and this stuff
depends on the grade.
Well, they said it was the same grade. Yeah, and so Carrasco's been getting a shot here and a shot there. Cano was like, all right, I'm chilling in the dugout, and I'm back. So there it is.
Carrasco has been going through some health issues, and maybe that slowed down his ability to recover. And he's a pitcher. They're soft.
SNY was saying, who said this, Terzio, on SNY? Conforto's not taking a 1 year deal. This is Syndergaard, yes, but Conforto's not taking a 1 year deal. Just based off.
How could you give Conforto a 1 year deal? Come on.
I think maybe he's referring to, he's coming off the injury. He's not.
No.
The Mets are going to make, hopefully, a very competitive offer to Conforto. And if they know that, Andy Martino. I have some issues with Andy Martino sometimes, but I think they're going to make him a very competitive offer. And I can say it's amazing that we can say it and really believe it now. In the years past, we were like, "Oh, what kind of offer are we going to make these guys?" And it's just to satisfy the fans. We made an offer. And so I do think that. And if they get the sense that Conforto's not interested, they're going to make him the qualifying offer, and we'll get a compensatory draft pick. And
Conforto can't leave. He's a hometown boy.
He's staying. All right.
I'm pretty sure he's going to want to stay, but remember who his agent is. So if we make him an insulting offer, he might be gone.
Yeah, there's no such thing.
I don't think
Conforto said, "I make the decisions, not Boris."
He did say that, but I don't think this ownership group makes a slime ball offer to him.
Low ball.
I don't think so either.
Because it's like a slap in the face to a homegrown guy. Just bring him back.
People lose their minds.
I would. All right. So upcoming series against Philadelphia. We have a doubleheader tomorrow. It's a single admission doubleheader, which is always nice. So you got tomorrow. It starts at 4:10, and then you got game 2 after that, 7 innings. Saturday a 4:10 start with a "You Gotta Believe" shirt giveaway.
Ooh.
Who's gonna get one for me? Who's gonna get one for?
Producer Joe will be there.
Oh, he should go to the game and go get. Oh, he said that he was thinking about getting a. Oh, what was he? The Mets Pride shirt is what he was talking about. So you got this 4-game set with Philadelphia, and then you got a 1 game makeup on Monday against the Nationals, and it's in Washington, and then we head to the Braves into Craplanta. And so, like we said, this is an opportunity for us to really, bury some of these teams, and weren't able to get that done against the Nationals. Kept pace with the Braves.
No, Farace, I looked something up real quick just to interrupt you because it's kind of fun. We're the only team that's leading the division with less than 40 wins. The average wins are 44 wins. We're at 38. Okay, now is that a product of us being good or the rest of the league being bad? We got to talk about that next week. It's important. And we have to.
Absolutely agree. But then you remember, as we're making up some games, but remember we haven't played as many games as some of the other teams also, so that kind of goes into it also. And then I think it was Terzio that mentioned what we're doing at home. At Citi Field, the Mets and their opponents are on a historic pace of batting average. Mets and their opponents at Citi Field, though the Mets have a very good record at home, are hitting a combined 206. And if that were to hold,
I feel it
true. Because it's a combination of the Mets lineup being just so ravaged by injuries and bad on top of it, and then our phenomenal pitching. So if that holds true,
Phenomenal.
it'll
See
be 108 or 109 years since a ballpark had that low of a batting average.
That's something to
it's like
strive
since
for.
1913 or something
To
like
be
that.
the best.
Who was it? What was the other
shitty
ballpark?
team ever?
Polo Grounds?
No, it was in 1913, and I don't remember the name of
And
the
they
stadium.
played with rocks and sticks.
Oh, the Polo Grounds. It was, what was it, 900 feet to dead center
Right,
field.
that's why I said that.
But
So that can either score you a lot of
that's
runs or not
inside
too
the
many
park
runs.
home run. Yeah. And then that road trip will end at Yankee Stadium against the Yankees for 3. And then right before the All-Star break, you got
fun.
three with the Brewers, and then 4 with the Pittsburgh Pirates, which we need to feast on. We need to go into. We can legitimately go into that. Into the
Don't look
All-Star
at
break
other
winning.
teams as being so bad.
And then you got Pittsburgh on the opposite end of the All-Star break. So you got 7 straight against the Pirates.
Yeah, we should win 6 out of 7.
Hell yeah!
I'll take 5, but 6 out of 7 would be good.
Yeah, let's do it. And this year, we don't go back to work after the All-Star break until the Friday. So it'll be a 3-game set there, and we'll talk about that as we get there. Just looking at any. Here it is, the 1 day closer. Right here, let me pull this up, and then we'll get closed out here, because this is something that we've talked about as well. Let's grab this bad boy here. Boom, boom, and a boom. There's always
a failure.
There's always this year, and so you see the black jerseys, baby.
They're coming back tomorrow.
Is it? I mean,
Cohen.
He really.
Did you see the tweet?
He said 1 day closer to the black jerseys. That could be.
Who's
that
on
could
the
mean
bottom
2024.
left? Who wears 0?
What are you talking about?
We're just 1 day. He said 1 day closer
to the black.
So that
jerseys.
could be 2 weeks from now, and we're just 1 day closer.
That could be any time within now and the end of the season.
And the end of
or next year.
End of life. It'd be
Right.
2029.
Yeah.
He can't be playing with people's emotions like that.
You got Stroman here, bottom left. You got Pete, who's obviously about to write LFGM here. Lindor.
So you're saying that's what they look like?
Yeah, and this is from Athlete Logos, which is they do good work there. Very good job. I don't like DeGrom being on the ladder. I just don't like it.
He's up too high. He should be down here. He's up too high.
Put Nimmo up there.
But I do notice how skinny they make DeGrom look. You don't even have to put
Nimmo on the ladder. Let him walk to the ladder. He'll fall down and hurt himself.
Wait, who had a heart attack when DeGrom, even though he swang, it was a weak kind of swing?
Swangy.
He's a swanger.
He's a swanger.
Who had a heart attack when he swang at that ball?
The whole world.
I mean, you don't want him to get hurt, but he's a pretty good hitter. All he has to do is slap it. He doesn't have to do much.
What I sent you guys, the Red Fox Sanford run.
Coming to join you, Elizabeth. I'm coming home.
Yeah, I'm telling you. He's a ball player, man. I enjoy watching him. I expected him to get a hit.
I do expect him to get a hit all the time, man.
Just like this place. It's always.
You know what? DeGrom pitching is as on point as Sterling's Paradise.
There we go. All right, Sterling's Paradise. If you're looking for authentic Haitian cuisine down here in South Florida, these guys are located in Margate. They serve breakfast, they serve lunch, they serve dinner. They got daily lunch specials, griot, tasso turkey, all that good stuff. Oh, I'm getting hungry.
I can't wait to get that spread. When we go back in studio, we're going to get that Sterling's Paradise spread, and we're going to have a nice little feast after the show.
Oh, my God.
Maybe we'll let Producer Joe out of the box. The whole...
Should we?
No.
We'll talk. The 3 of us will meet, and we'll discuss his future.
Not his.
They are located at 360 State Road 7. Again, that's in Margate, and the phone number is 754-205-2637. Call and place, get your order placed ahead of time, and just go pick it up. Have it delivered through Grubhub, all those neat apps. And again, for those of you listening to the podcast version of this, 754-205-2637, and let them know that the Put in the Book show sent you.
And if your train falls off the track, pick it up. back on the scene. Never
Yes,
mind. We won't get into that.
yes, sir. All right, let's put a big old blue and orange ribbon on this bad boy here today. Keith, first of all, you gave 2 Fwakatas today.
Yeah, my
but do you have
Fwakatas are
any
done.
closing remarks?
Just honestly, I am super, super happy to see Conforto and McNeil back in the lineup. Not only to see them back in the lineup, but contributing and being the players that they have been in recent history. They started the year a little rough. They came out, one had 2 hits, the other had 3 hits. They're going to be huge contributors. It really makes me feel happy as a Met fan to see them back in the lineup. I'm very positive about this weekend. 4 games, 4 big games. We need to take at least 3 of them. Let's go, Mets.
Bury them.
Ooh, that was scary.
Finish him.
Oh, all right, more combat.
Did you see that thing with the cop where the guy was dressed in as who's the one, Scorpion? He's crossing the street, and as he's passing the cop car, the cops went over the last week. Finish him.
Oh no!
Oh, it's great. Cool. I'll send that to you guys. I'll put up on
pretty funny. I like that
one.
I like that one.
Anyway,
I think we should at least be 500, and we should take 2 out of 4. You know, 3 out of 4 is very possible, but 2 out of 4 minimum. You know, if Stroman can play, can pitch on Sunday, 3 out of 4. If Stroman can pitch on Sunday, I mean on Monday, he's pitching on Monday, I think, right? My bad. 2 out of 4.
Yeah.
Final offer.
And actually, the doubleheader tomorrow.
So how many games we got? We're playing this weekend? 4 then.
4. So Taiwan Walker against TBD. We've been seeing a lot of TBDs this year.
Wow.
But Yaiwan goes tomorrow in game 1. Peterson goes in game 2. Philadelphia also has a TBD there. On Saturday, RIP Zach Eflin because DeGrom is on the mound. 7-2 at 0.50. It's nice to see 7. I mean, you have
it's nice that he's getting the wins, right?
Nice wins, man.
It's really nice that he's getting the wins.
And then Sunday,
15 plus for once in his life.
Sunday, we get former Met Zach Wheeler, who struggled big time his last start. Only pitched 3 innings, had 80 some odd pitches. That's the kid. We know him, right? We know that when he struggled, it was because his pitch count was 85 in the 4th inning. Let's get him.
Right.
So
Jared Eichhoff.
So 3
like MC Hammer and turn his mother out.
3 out of 4 should be very attainable. Oh,
yeah,
somebody's mom
Jared Eichhoff
turned.
Oh boy,
what?
Jared Eichhoff pitches for the Mets against his former team.
They're gonna rock him.
Eichhoff pitched well the other day after the reverse jinx from producer Joe saying it was going to be a really long night or a short night for him, and he actually wound up going into the 5th inning, which from a guy like Eichhoff we're okay with.
That's what I do every time the F word comes in.
Oh boy. Familia pitching well this year. I'm standing by that.
You can stand by it all you want.
But it's true.
Goofy duck walking.
Terzio's going to Saturday's game.
All right, Terzio. Is he bringing his ex-wife?
Represent, buddy.
Oh, you're going to see DeGrom.
Oh,
3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 says Terzio. All right, Rodriguez. Any other closing remarks, my friend? I like that orange Mets hat back there.
You like the orange hat, right?
I do like it. It pops. It pops.
It's a popper. I wish we use the orange jerseys sometimes a little bit more. I like the freshness.
Yeah.
I'm a looks guy, so any jersey that you can put out there that's kind of looking spiffy. What about the All-Star jersey? What do you guys think about that? By the way, before we sign off, real quick.
I am not sold on the jersey yet.
I gotta see how it looks with the bottoms. I gotta see how it looks,
Yeah.
The hat.
I just got myself in trouble. You made me click on MLB shop, and there's all this stuff: America's pastime, a big Mets flag.
I'm not telling you to buy anything.
Well, you don't have to tell me to buy. Now I'm going to buy.
Mrs. Farace.
I got an NY
Miss Farace,
hat. 4th of July says NYC on the side.
I'll text you my address. Send me a couple of those.
Oh, jeez. Just send me a pic of what you order. Anyway, have a good week, everyone. Blessings. Take care of yourselves.
Yes. All right.
Let's go.
That'll do it for us this week. Head on over, like I said, and Keith said earlier, popculturepros.com. Lots of good stuff out there. We got a one review of F9. A second review is coming up a little bit later on. On F9.
Who's
the
9?
Fast
Why are you mad at
saga.
him?
The fast
9.
The fast saga
Sorry,
continues.
9. I don't even know who you are.
It's just
9,
going to
but
go
I
on
apologize.
and on and on.
It's
never going to end. Never going to end.
Okay, we're going to stop. Mind your business anyway. He fell asleep again.
SMD9.
It's the crack.
Really? All right. So we'll be back here next week. Let's do some live on air. Look at the schedule real quick, just so we know when we're going to be going on next week. Because I know Terzio yells at us. When's the next show?
Terzio's the man.
He is.
Ex-wife yells at him.
So we will be a pregame show next week, either Wednesday or Thursday, as Mets play both days at 7:20 in Craplana. So that'll do it for us this week. We hope you enjoyed. We loved the interaction. We loved the comments. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you
for coming. Keith was a jerk. Keith was really boring today, but at least he sold some coffee. So until next week,
there we go.
As always, we will keep you up to date on everything that's going on Mets related in the group. Join the group. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on Instagram at the PIITB show. And then follow Pop Culture Pros on YouTube. Up over 1,000 subscribers. Let's keep it going. Peace out, everybody. Enjoy your week.
Later.